And Soundpeats are back with a brand new release, the Mini Pro, and these are a pair of hybrid ANC true wireless earbuds. We're going to be checking these out to work out whether these are worth it. We're going to be covering the pros and the cons, and I'm going to be giving you my honest and unfiltered opinion on whether these are worth picking up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell to make sure that you don't miss out on future videos coming out soon. And with all that said, let's get into the review, starting off with some key specifications. So these are hybrid ANC earbuds with an advertised up to 35 decibels in noise cancelling ability. So we will be testing out the ANC and I'll be talking about the performance later in the video. In terms of the connection codecs, we have got Bluetooth 5.2, we've got Qualcomm's 3040 chip, including aptX Adaptive. So really good to see some of the latest technology packed into these buds. We've also got a transparency mode, as you would expect, with them being an ANC pair. We've got CVC 8.0 for clear calls. Now, in the original minis, we did have the Elevoc technology loaded on. So we will, of course, be checking out what impact this has on the call quality later in the video. And in terms of battery life, we've got an overall advertised total of 21 hours, and that breaks down to 7 hours in normal mode and 5 hours in ANC. So it's not the biggest battery life there, but again, it's efficient, and you've got to consider the size of the case as well in that. So before we go any further, let's talk about the cost of these guys. So there is an introductory offer of $39.99 for the first week only. So these are available on Amazon, and you can get this introductory price. You need to act quickly because after a week it will go up to a full price of $59.99. And I'll be telling you at the end what I think in terms of whether these guys are worth it. But have a look at that. Check out the links in the description box for the latest pricing. And we'll get on and talk about the design now. So as you can see, there are some similarities with the original Soundpeats Mini. What they've done is they've taken that design and adapted it. The changes on the earbuds themselves are going to be around that addition of ANC and transparency. As you can see, the initial bit of the bud is identical, but then you've got this kind of second carriage which gives you that additional technology. What it is resulting in is unfortunately a quite shallow fit, and this is something that I have found to be a little bit challenging in terms of getting that good fit and good seal. They are quite shallow. You can see the tips there just kind of tapers off quite quickly, as opposed to the Mini that had a very deep fit, so you could get a really nice deep seal in your ear. With these guys, I've done some experimenting with the tips on board, and also with the SpinFit 360s there. And overall, I'm settling back for the medium tips that come on board. I'm satisfied with the fit now, but I will say that they aren't the best sealing earbuds I've ever tried. However, I am finding them overall to be more secure than the original Minis, despite that lack of really good seal that I'm getting there. But for some people, this might be a good thing because not everyone likes those deep fitting styles. These are sort of almost akin to a semi-in-ear design. That you're not getting that kind of suction feel at all. So if that's something that you like to have in terms of that shallow fit, then it's going to be a good option for you. And then talking about the charging case itself, again, based on the original Mini design, but it's just a little bit more chunky. So that's the difference there. Overall, still very pocketable, very portable, and one of the smallest cases on the market at the moment. So in terms of the performance then, firstly we'll talk about the touch controls. So as with other ANC earbuds in the Soundpeats range, we're getting control over everything except for track back. So you've got volume control on the single tap, which I like, and then you've got all the other usual controls that you come to expect from Soundpeats. You've got that consistency across the Soundpeats range, which I really like. And yeah, they're doing a great job, no problems at all, pretty much 100% accuracy on that. So the controls will cycle through the ANC transparency and off modes, and overall it's a decent implementation when it comes to the ANC. Quite impressive for the price. So we are getting some nice reduction down of those lower rumbling noises. My testing for this has been very much around being outside in around traffic noise and things of that nature, and it's doing a good job. So it's reducing that rumble right down. You're still getting your higher pitches, but you can't expect a lot better at this price, in my opinion. When it comes to the transparency mode, again, I really like the way they've got it so that there's very little white noise or static when you are in that mode. Really good stuff there, but it could be a bit louder in terms of the volume of the transparency. So I'm pretty satisfied with it. It's not it's not groundbreaking, but it's doing the job. It'd just be great to have a little bit more volume on that transparency mode there. So now we come to talk about sound quality. Starting off with the volume on these. So these are extremely loud. I'm getting not much past 60% at an absolute maximum in terms of comfortable listening. Most of the time I've got these around 50%, a little bit more. So very, very loud indeed. I wouldn't recommend listening to these anything above about 70. So I think you're going to be damaging your hearing. They are coming across nice and dynamic. We are getting that Soundpeats signature here, but there are some nuances that I just want to talk through. So firstly, talking back and comparing to the original Mini, I feel like they've almost controlled that sound a little bit more and refined it a little bit more. So on the original Minis, you had quite an extreme V shape. So you had some really, really quite almost piercing highs, really, and really lovely bright sound signature, but at times becoming almost sibilant and uncomfortable to listen to. So what I feel like they've done with the Mini Pro is they've kind of pulled that back a little bit. So the highs have come in a little bit more refined. It's still nice and bright, but they've just almost brought it down a couple of notches. In terms of the bass response, I think that it's pretty much on par with the originals. So you're getting some seriously nice sub bass in there. You're getting some nice punchy mid bass as well. But it's an overall warmer sound and almost a little bit richer. So I am enjoying the sound signature. I think my criticism, really comes back to the fit again, because I feel like if I could get that slightly better seal, I might be getting a sort of a 10% improvement in the sound, but I'm just not managing to get a fantastic seal at the moment. When I've used the CP 360s by SpinFit, I'm getting a better seal, but then they're less secure. So you sort of almost having to, decide which is more important, that seal or that security. And ideally you want both from a pair of true wireless earbuds. But in order to explain the sound a little bit further, I will be comparing it today to the Earfun Free Pro 2. And I think this is probably the one product on the market that is almost kind of, it's head-to-head around this price bracket. Now, these are going to be coming in a little bit more expensive. The Earfuns are coming in more like sort of $79.99, but you are getting many deals on these now because they have been out for a few months. And just to explain the differences in sound, now obviously, you can see from the design that these are quite a deep fitting earbud, so that is going to have an impact on the sound in my opinion. But overall, the Earfuns are coming in with a slightly more airy sound, slightly more space in the treble. The bass response is very similar, but because the Soundpeats are tuned a little bit warmer, I think that you're getting almost a more kind of a bassier sound overall from the Soundpeats. So, however, the Earfuns are really bringing it in the bass department. So I don't have any concerns about someone, if you're into your bass, if you prioritize that sort of slightly boosted bass sound signature, both of these options are going to be great for you. The other advantages of the Earfun are going to be a slightly stronger ANC, a louder transparency mode, and then wireless charging. And in my opinion, a better fit. But then in terms of the Soundpeats, you're getting more advanced technology built in. So you're getting your aptX adaptive, which I think, you know, if you're able to utilize that codec, that's going to have an impact. It's going to bring you some better overall efficiency and usage. It's going to get the best out of that particular source of audio that you're using. You might find you've got a slight improvement in the sound quality, but overall codecs don't have a massive impact on that sound quality. And if you're using iOS like myself, you're only going to be able to make use of AAC and or SBC as well. So it is going to be a pretty close matchup between these two pairs. I do feel that if you're able to pick up the Soundpeats on the early bird deal, then you're getting an amazing deal really for the price. You know, you're getting some fantastic sound quality, decent ANC and transparency mode. You're getting a really sort of compact product here, both in terms of the earbuds and the charging case. You're going to be getting you know, a decent fit, hopefully, based on your ears. You know, like I said, the comfort levels are good, but I'm not getting the best seal that I've ever had. But I do think for the majority of people, you'll be able to get something that allows you to get the best out of these in terms of sound quality and allows you to use these for whatever you want to do with them, whether that's activity, running. You know, I've done both of those and they were fine. I just felt at times while doing activity that they weren't quite as secure as they could be. So that's been my review, guys. Obviously there's a couple of drawbacks, but overall I think it's a fantastic product, another good product from Soundpeats, and the third product that they've brought out featuring ANC. And I think we're getting closer to, you know, that overall package. I think these are probably going to be the second or third best sounding in the Soundpeats lineup. Your H1s and your H2s are going to bring better sound quality, and that's owing to the dual driver setup that they've got there. Check out reviews of either of those if you're interested. I've also done a comparison on those, and they are still the sort of top of the product line here, but these guys are coming in and offering a great package, like I said. Pick them up on the early bird deal. Check out the links in the description below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos, and that is the biggest way you can support the channel going forward. And with all that said, here are the call quality samples for the Soundpeats Mini Pro. This is a call quality test for the Soundpeats Mini Pro in a quiet environment. This is a call quality test for Soundpeats Mini Pro in a noisy environment.